Welcome to Mr. B's Home Music Lessons playlist, providing music lessons for you at home during the school closure period. I hope that everyone is keeping well and that you enjoy these videos. Thank you very much. This is your weekly unusual instrument listening challenge. And this is a short listening activity letting you listen to some unusual instruments from around the world, and I'm going to be challenging you to try and identify the featured instrument each week. And I'm going to be using this book, 50 Unusual Instruments, to help me with these videos. A quick bit of background before we start. So there are 4 types of musical instruments which are normally considered: strings, percussion, woodwind and brass, and I think we're very familiar with all of those. But then traditionally we have a slight different categorization. You've got chordophones, idiophones, aerophones and membranophones. I'm just going to take a moment to explain those because we'll be referring to those in some of these videos. So chordophones are your string section, basically all the violins, violas, cellos, harps and pianos, anything that has a string in it that creates the sound, so including ukuleles and guitars as well, where the string, the vibration of the strings is what creates the sound. So that's a chordophone. Underneath that we've got the aerophones, and that's a combination of the brass and the woodwind section from the previous categories. And an aerophone is any instrument where blowing the instrument creates that sound, where the actual sound waves that from blowing create the sound effects, and the vibrations of the air moving create the sound. So they're aerophones. Membranophones are instruments that use membranes or skins. So a drum with a skin across the top is a membranophone. And an idiophone is a slightly different type of percussion to a membranophone, because the idiophone, the whole instrument, creates the sound. So for example, if you hit a triangle and the whole triangle rings, that is an idiophone, because the whole instrument is vibrating and creating that sound. So those are our traditional 4 categories of instruments, and we're going to be referring to both those and the more traditional groups of instruments in these videos. Now let's look at this week's unusual instrument challenge. Now each week I'm going to give you 1 instrument soundtrack, and I'm going to give you a choice of 3 instruments to choose from, and see if you can match the right instrument to the soundtrack. At the end of the video I'll give you a bit of information about each instrument, and I'll let you listen to the other 2 soundtracks as well, so you can see how the instruments compare. But each week you'll have a choice of 3 instruments and 1 soundtrack to try and get right. Now this week we are going to be looking at 3 idiophones, so get yourselves ready, have a listen to this. Okay, so today's instrument is an idiophone, and that means that when you hit the instrument, the whole instrument vibrates and creates the sound. So which of these idiophones is the one in the clip you just listened to? Your first choice is the Indonesian gamelan. So have a look at the picture, look at the information about it, see if you get any ideas, and have a think about that sound you just heard. And your second choice is on the screen now. It is from Central America, around the area of Mexico, traditionally, and this is a teponaztli. I might well have mispronounced that, but we'll go with teponaztli, and that's your second option, another idiophone, so the whole instrument vibrates when you hit it. And your third option is the glass harmonica. The glass harmonica. Have a think about that one. Okay, so they are your three choices, and the answer is today's unusual instrumental listening challenge. The answer was the gamelan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the gamelan now. The gamelan is a traditional Indonesian instrument. It's actually a more of a collection of instruments, and these are really large sets of instruments that will fill a room and are all played by different people together. So it's really a sort of a set of instruments here. And you've got drums, you've got xylophones, you've got gongs, all sorts of different things that are played together and create a fantastic sort of quite discordant sound. They've all got their own just sort of pure sounds. They're not tuned instruments, so you get this wonderful rich tapestry of untuned sounds. Okay, so that's the answer to today's quiz. However, we had two other entries. We had the teppanatsli and the glass harmonica. So I'm going to just let you have a listen to the teppanatsli right now and see what that sounds like. As you can see, or as you can hear, it's a much more hollow wooden sound. And this was an instrument that was used back in the day of the Aztecs and is still seen around in Mexico today. Okay, and the final entry was the glass harmonica. I'm going to play that for you now to have a listen to. And this comes from, this is a device that was created in 1761 by the American scholar Benjamin Franklin. And he actually listened to a concert where music was created from glasses half filled with water, and if you run your finger around the top of the glass, that creates the sound, and from that he got the idea of creating his own glass harmonica. Okay, and that is your challenge for this week. I hope you all enjoyed that. A little bit of extra homework that you can do if you want to with that. See if you can send me a list of 5 idiophones. So send me a list of 5 idiophones. Look back at the earlier part of the video if you're not sure what an idiophone is, or look it up online. Send me a list through the Class Dojo of 5 idiophones and get yourself some points. Take care, everyone. See you soon.